Howdy do, folks. There's the old mountain man talking at you from the backside of this here lake in the hills of Arkansas. Well, I had shot a video earlier, but I ran out of time on the webcam. It's supposed to be continuous recording, but it went to an hour and then just stopped. And it was right in the middle whenever I was shaving off this flat spot for Cold Steel's name there on this custom-made ferro rod handle. I had some pretty good content in there. I did a lot of jabbering and let things run out. But I've been sitting here kind of using this box knife for a plane, for a wood plane. Yeah, just shaving that off. And I've been cooking some store-bought boudin. Of course, folks in Louisiana are going to say, oh, that ain't real boudin. You got to go buy it in the store. It's wrapped in plastic. Okay, I understand. But anyway, I went on for an hour. And it's supposed to be continuous recording. Didn't do it. And I've shot videos for longer than an hour. I don't understand what happened. But I was sitting here working on this, I got to get around to copying that infinity symbol. And I've got to break out the epoxy resin and do a project for my mom. Plugged the handle on the plug to her hot water bottle. Messed up, broke off. She needs a hot water bottle for her back. Now, that's looking pretty dang good on that flat surface there for Cold Steel's name. Yeah. He told me in an email that he wanted his given name on there and the infinity symbol on the other side, directly across. Yeah, given name one side, infinity symbol on the other, and a lanyard hole through right there. And I got Million M100. Got him a ferro rod handle right here, kind of cone shape. And then I got the other handle for his other ferro rod that he ordered right here, and I've got some work to do on that to even it out, get the high spots out and low spots. Well, hit the ground. Oh yeah, my piece of red reishi mushroom. It's good for your immunity, boosts the T cells, helps you keep from getting sick. Well, they said in China they call it the mushroom of immortality. The only reason I mention that is because, like I say, it hit the ground and, yeah, just dusted off. Eat a piece of it. It's bitter as hell. I can't see anybody else eating this shit with me. I mean, raw like that. You make a tea out of it, you can't sweeten it. It's nasty. It's nastier than nasty. And I got some chaga coffee that's back there in the background. Chaga coffee, yeah, it's got, well, the coffee pot wrapped up in that towel with that cord wrapped around it to keep it warm. Oh boy, that is, oh god, that's bad. Ugh. Oh, that's horrible. I'm gonna go ahead and just swallow that. I'm gonna head back with some coffee. Ain't no sense in keeping that nasty shit in your mouth any longer than you got to. Set that down. Oh, that's standing up pretty good. I got that bottom pretty well level, even down. Standing up good on that bucket. Got my boudin. Eating boudin with chopsticks. Oh. up there. Alright. That's just Cajun sausage. Cooked in that cast iron. It just don't taste right any other way. Yeah, my table manners are really good. My table manners are great. I just like to go meet at a restaurant somewhere sometime. Yeah, I can just hear everybody now. No! Well, that looked real attractive, didn't it? Oh well. Life is life. And this is mine. Yeah. I really shouldn't be eating on camera. Consider my social graces are about as refined as crude oil. Lumps of rice, spices, and liver, and other animal parts. And Cajuns don't waste nothing. So I got a family in Louisiana. My Uncle Earl. Hi, Uncle Earl. If you get to see this, send me some gator meat. Uncle Earl. Uncle Earl. Hadn't seen him since Grandma Ross's funeral. I got my little cast iron skillet. Me and my buddy Bill went to stop by a roadside type yard sale a while back. Seen a bunch of cast iron skillets sitting there, about 7 or 8 of them. Old boy, I was looking at them. Old boy said, "I'll take $20 for the lot." And I said, "Alright, Bill, you got 20 bucks?" He said, "Yeah, I got 20. So I'll get it back to you as quick as I can." And I paid him back. Wasn't very long until I got my money. Yeah. And the first thing I did when I cashed that check was put $20 in the backside of that billfold. I owe somebody, I owe them. Speaking of owing, I owe. So I think Mom, my stepdad, I owe my stepdad $59.88. Because about 4 or 5 days ago I went to Wally World and went over on my groceries and other supplies that I needed here to, kind of restock a little bit. And I went over. Heck of a dang thing whenever you go over and you gotta call your stepdad for help. So I went over on my bill and I need everything here, so could you help me out a little bit? And I always pay them back. Cash money, ain't none of this, well, I can't pay you but I can do this kind of crap. No, ain't none of that going on. No, I don't do that to people. Ain't right. I just had to stop and get me a bite to eat because I ain't ate all day. That rice and everything, just kind of pat that down, clump it up, scoop it up. eat it. Takes some skill to eat with some chopsticks. Of course, these ain't really chopsticks. These are bamboo skewers. A whole lot better than having to go wash a bunch of silverware. Flatware. Not really silverware. Pat that down. Scoop it up. Kind of pack it down a little bit. I like me some boudin. I like to have some gator meat. That's what I like to have. Gator and snapping turtle and some crawfish. Oh man, Louisiana crawfish and big old son bitches. Hell yeah. Some crawfish. Maybe some crab. Oh yeah. If it's Cajun food, I eat it. As long as it ain't too damn hot, my insides can't take that hotness no more. That real spicy stuff anymore. I used to eat the hell out of some hot sauce. But I mixed up a big batch of Cajun beef and I used a Zatarain's Cajun liquid crab boil to season it with, and it's got clove oil and cayenne pepper in there. And I wound up giving myself, I ate about 2 pounds of Cajun beef, my Cajun beef, in 24 hours. I ended up giving myself a severe case of pancreatitis that put me in the hospital. I went to the hospital and the doctor told me that's what it was. I said, I didn't even know, I didn't even give the pancreas a second thought. Pancreatitis? And then he said, no more greasy, spicy food. This has got some pepper in it, but not much. Come natural. The hell? I think I got a woodpecker back there. There's a woodpecker pecking on the dang platform. Yeah, built up over the house. That thing looks like it's gonna fall anyway. I better take that thing down before wintertime hits. But I think I got enough food in my belly for now. Shooting these YouTube videos, isn't that something? I don't know who'd ever, back where I come from, who'd ever thought they'd ever seen me on YouTube, on the computer. Of course, YouTube ain't TV, and I had my chance at that. But the old boy wanted to make me some kind of clown, it seemed like. He said, your videos are funny. I said, no. Come on here and see how I live. See if there's anything humorous about a 10 pound. Yeah. Oh. This is one of them ferro rods I've been using for a number of years, about 2 years or so. There's the end that I've been using. I got tapered down. Some people say they can't taper it down. At that end, well, not some kind of comparison. It's kind of pointless. Little bear, quit! Get over and lay down somewhere. Bumping against the computer stand, knothead. Get on over and lay down somewhere. Alright. I gotta get the light just right. Gotta get that straightened up. Gotta get these. Oh, great. I hate doing these things. But I done opened that can of worms. There it is. I hope that's. Oh, crap. Yeah, I opened that can of worms. Fuck it. But I've been working on the yard and on the house, trying to get things straightened up. And I've been working on these orders, trying to focus on them. But you get so much in your head, and you get turned sideways and get off in different directions. That's just me. And I ask Cold Steel and Million M100, please be patient. I will get your orders out as quick as I can. And this video is supposed to be about y'all. It's supposed to be like a cast iron cooking and coffee with the Mountain Man video. That's what it's going to be titled. And I got y'all's magnesium block here. Good thick, good honking thick piece of magnesium. It was laying up against a piece of metal, so it's got a little rust residue that cling to it. But you know, as everybody knows, magnesium don't rust. And I got to talking with my brother, ran into my brother at Walmart here the other day. And I'm back there sporting goods. He come back there sporting goods. He said, we started talking. He said, you need anything, you let me know. Anything at all, just let me know. And I said, first thing that comes to mind is food. Food. Imagine that. And then the second thing, magnesium. I need some magnesium for my customers. So you ain't want to scrap magnesium around out there at your workplace. And he said, yeah, we can't recycle it. It burns up the machines whenever you go to grind it up. The friction from the machines burns up the machines, and you can't do nothing but let it burn. I told him, well, the only thing that's going to put out a magnesium fire is sand. And the sand melts and forms a sheet of glass over it and smothers it out. You know, that's what glass made out of anyway, sand. But I can cut it with a hacksaw, and I can sand on it with sandpaper. And the reason I'm doing that is it's aesthetically pleasing. Now, aesthetics, you know, that's what you can perceive, what you see, feel, hear, touch, all that stuff. Aesthetics is just basically pleasing to the senses. And this is aesthetically pleasing to the eye whenever it doesn't have that rust on there. Human beings are kind of strange that way. If something doesn't look, you know, just right to some, then they don't want to bother with it. They don't like it. And I always ask my customers, what do you want? Is this good enough? I'll make a video. And you know, Cold Steel specifically asked me to make a video. Yeah. This got some lime scale and salt on it. Of course, this side here is so dang rough. And so, you know, you couldn't really polish that out or sand that out without taking a lot of the magnesium off. This stuff here, where you get it down to fine filings like dust from a file or a hacksaw or something, you can't really use a machine to do it unless you've got a very low RPM on that machine. The revolution per minute is very important on something like this. Otherwise, it's just going to burn your machine up. It's going to burn the blade up. And it's going to, you know, create basically an uncontrollable fire. This is some high-grade shit that the Corps of Engineers use, and they change out those anodes on a regular basis. And it's now I'm gonna chop this sucker in half, and half of, you know, a piece of this like that is gonna last a good long time. You know, probably the rest of your born days. It only takes like half a thimbleful to get some tinder going. And shoot, I sat ground on one and ground on one for days and days and days, and only ended up with half a cup. And it was I took, I experiment. I cut a piece about like this here, and I didn't get a couple of millimeters off of there, and I had a quarter cup. And then I started, grinding on down with the file. And it's got a rough end on it, so one of y'all is going to get a piece with a rough end on it there. And does that really matter? I don't know. Maybe. Tell me in the comments. Let me know in advance before I box it up, package it up. But I've been working on where's that tool? There it is. This is what I got to dig out that hole for cold steel's custom-made ferro rod. Look at that. That hole, not exactly as round as it could be, because I'm digging it out. And it took a couple days to get that dug out. They're working about half hour at a time with this oak. This kiln-dried oak. It's not 5,000-year-old Irish oak like I seen on one of them other videos. I'm like, good God, that stuff had cracks and pits in it. And there I go criticizing somebody's work. But if they want to use 5,000-year-old cracked up old oak, go ahead. Somebody might want to buy that. But I personally don't want to sell nobody a cracked handle ferro rod. They want something that's going to hold together. Who knows? Maybe the old boy put wood filler in the damn thing. I don't know. I would have put wood filler in it, or coat it, with 2-ton epoxy resin, and then you got the clear epoxy resin coating on that handle. You still got the cracks in there, but they're filled in. See where I'm going with that? You can still see the cracks, and they're filled in. The handle's reinforced. Could be that old boy will pick up this information from one of his subscribers that might be subscribed to my channel. I don't know. But he lives in the UK. But I seen that and I said, I wouldn't want no wooden handle no matter how old the wood was or wherever it come from. I wouldn't want it if it's cracked. Or if it come to me with a cracked handle, I think, well, I'll be sending that sucker back. And somebody owe me some postage. Well, of course, he's letting people see what he's got before he sells it. And if they choose to have it, they choose to have it. We can all stick our feet in our mouth every now and then, can't we? And I do that from time to time. I'll turn around and try to correct myself. I got the manners of a dog. I live with dogs. Get some coffee poured out here. Coffee tastes pretty warm. It ain't cold. This coffee goes cold. You ain't gonna want to drink it. I'm not gonna want to drink it. The dogs wouldn't drink it to begin with. It's got chaga in it. It's got chicory and that chaga. That stuff's real good for you. Chaga drinkers, hell, they tend to live. A whole lot longer, they say. So I hope I live a lot longer by putting chaga in my coffee. And those red reishi mushrooms, they're good stuff too. Oh, Lord. No, I hope his webcam don't go cutting off like it did a while ago. I was right there. I was sanding and shaving and working on that handle for cold steel, and I was really getting into it. And I'm talking up a storm the whole time, except when I had to step off in the house to get a pencil or that gel pen that I tried to trace that infinity symbol off of Google Images. That was fucked up as a soup sandwich, folded 4 ways and cut twice. I swear. Kind of made me think of that other saying that I got. Some people ain't got sense enough to pour piss out of a boot without getting their head wet. And I behave that way sometimes. But it's all trial and error with me. I go to doing something, I don't have a printer. I'm not asking for a printer. I don't want a printer. That's some fancy equipment that it wouldn't last. You should see my laptop. I got a bare spot on the touchpad. I'm missing the covers to the keys, and I got a big chunk of plastic tore out of the back here in the back corner. And technology, I'm surprised that this laptop has lasted as long as it has. You know, God bless Mario Martin's one of my very good buddies here on YouTube. He had a laptop drop shipped to my house, but it turns out that, you know, they sold a used one. I done a complete system restore on it and found out that it had belonged to somebody by the name of Megan, because it had her cell phone. The program still had a cell phone attached as one of the devices, like she was uploading pictures or something to that computer. The computer had been reconditioned to a point, but I did a complete system restore on it, and it was messed up. Now, ended up, had some girl named Megan's cell phone listed as one of the devices. I tried to remove it, and it wouldn't do it. But anyway, it's good for a notebook, but I won't bring it online to do anything with it. It's just not real functional. Once a complete system restore was done on it, there's a lot of flaws. I'm going to have it worked on. But Mario, he meant well. He done everything he could to help me out. But whenever you buy something off of eBay, that's the chance you take, isn't it? Yeah, you gotta be careful. Don't buy electronics off of eBay. Well, we're running up on 28 minutes. I might go 35 minutes with this. But, oh boy, I'm getting scared of brain. Need to get my cigarette. I noticed I got young people 13 to 16 or 13 to 17 watching my videos. Please don't try to use me as a role model of any kind. I'm not a role model. You know, smoke cigarettes, drink coffee, I cuss. I ain't no kind of a role model for no young person. Now, whenever I was married and I had stepkids, I done my level best to keep any and all bad influences away from them. I tried never to cuss around them. Done everything I could to make everything right with them. And those kids loved and respected me. You know, I was the one that their mama put the whole punishment thing on me. She didn't know I was going to turn it around on her and figure out different levels of punishment. It's like stand in the corner for this or that. Gave them an allowance, and if they done a little something here or there to offend the other one, or they screwed up somehow or another, you take a nickel or a dime or a quarter away. Very, very, very few things ever merited spanking. Ever. Now, one thing that did was whenever stepdaughter decided she wanted to stab Bubba in the eyebrow because he tried to take a knife away from her. And I ended up telling Bubba, I said, son, don't never try to take a knife away from a woman. Ever. I don't care if she's 5 years old or 50. You don't never try to take a knife away from a woman. Not unless you're a martial arts expert. And even then, you're gonna have trouble. I had to get some stitches put in the boy's eyebrow. Right over his right eye. Which incidentally, my right eye was shot out with a BB gun whenever I was 11. Well, but that was a complete total accident. I set the whole thing up. Hell, I asked for it to happen. Basically, you know, once you hindsight being 2020, I handed brother the BB gun. I told him to shoot the board, and that I was gonna keep in mind I was a stupid 11-year-old kid. Didn't have sense enough to pour piss out of a boot without getting my head wet. And that's my saying. If you use it, you better attribute that to me. As the old mountain man would say, you ain't got sense enough to pour piss out of a boot without getting your head wet. Anyway, I was the one that told him to shoot the board that was laying on the ground. I was the one that said, I'm going to bend over here and see if it leaves a mark on the board. Durr. It's simple geometry. Down at an angle, up at an angle. Pop right in the eye. Landed me in Sparks Hospital in Fort Smith for 2 weeks. Had to go back a year or two later to get the retina reattached to the rear of the eye because it was becoming detached. Still got a fiber stitch in there. A fiber stitch or staple or whatever. Got a fly buzzing around. Get out of here. Get away from my boudin. Little bird, the last thing I need to hear right now, and the last thing anybody on the video needs to hear, is you over there slurping around on yourself. You just gotta dig a hole there behind my butthole. Sorry, folks. Scolding my pooch. Yeah, but this whole thing was, life. What do you get with me when you look at my channel? Life. My life. Plain, simple, cut and dried. Sometimes complicated, sometimes not. What matter, little bear? Did I scold you, buddy? What's the matter? Ooh, yeah, now I got Jacob all Weimaraner around in my face. Weimaraner and chocolate light. Yeah, oh boy, yes, I know, yeah, Yeah, you boys, you're good boys, but you can be aggravating. And I do get on to you, don't I, huh? Well, if you don't like the cigarette, get away from it, yeah? Like I tell the non-smoking humans. Go upwind, motherfucker! And down. All the things that some of us animals do for attention. Little bear, go lay down. Go lay down. Go on, get over it. And don't be knocking into the daggum computer stand neither. Yeah, you turn around 4 or 5 times, then scoot around, and anyway, I'm going to continue to work on these ferro rod handles. Just thought I'd do a cast iron cooking and coffee with the Mountain Man video. Try to make about 35 minutes or so, and there it is. 35.2, 35.3, 35.4 now. But it won't go on much longer. And I swear, thinking about the whole being a stepdad thing. I miss those kids. They're grown now. Well, one of them is. Brian, he's grown in his 20s. Ella Mae was taken from this life in an automobile accident caused by alcohol and drugs. One of the reasons why I don't indulge in intoxicating substances. And I say intoxicating substances to cover the whole damn range of them. I live a sober life, clean life, as far as, well, cigarette, tobacco, coffee. That's as rough as I go. Nothing else, I tried drinking here 4 or 5 months ago, and I ended up acting stupid on a live event with Billy Hermits, and, Well, it's 5:42 p.m. here in the hills of Arkansas, and I reckon I better get off of here and get this uploaded. See about cold steel. See about MountainMan.5. And I gotta go check my personal email. See if they wrote me back. I imagine they did. Looking for an email from Land Shark. Working on a ferro rod for him. That's deer antler. I don't have a tine on it, but it's got a good crown. I don't have a eye guard or kicker, whatever you want to call it. Got a good knobby, kerneled up piece of antler. Give a good grip. But at any rate, folks, this here's the old Mountain Man signing off from the backside of this here lake in the hills of Arkansas. Reminding you to please be good to yourselves. Most definitely try to be good to each other. We're going to be needing each other one of these days, isn't that right, Daggle? We might just need one another one of these here days. This whole way things are going in this nation. And I know I talk a lot of this lone wolf business because I've been that way a long time. But when it gets really rough, you never know who you're going to need. Well, I better get off here and get this uploaded. Y'all take care. Be good. Adios for now.